Hi, welcome to the next edition of playing the starter decks and migrating them. This is the last week of that. And to close that out, we are going to be trying out the Rakdos um, Crime / Outlaw Posse deck. And we're going to see it full optimized, I think, and see if this deck can compete in Pioneer as is. I think this deck is actually pretty sweet. It's built around like a legendary concept for creatures, plus, the crime mechanic, and also, of course, the sweet Outlaws. So, if you like this kind of content, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe, hit that bell notification for future videos. We're on our way to 1,000 subs. Let's get there together. Let's get into this deck list and see the deck in action. So, our main board, we have 3 tiny bones joined up, plus 3 main tiny bones, 4 Thoughtseize, 4 pushes, 2 triumphs to go for the throats. We have some Magdas, not very many, plus Carry Zev, 4 Vadmirs, pretty good card for 2-drop, Vial Smasher, some Karaviks, 3 Laughing Jasper Flints as a solid way of producing a pseudo extra card advantage. Cruel Claw, pretty good card overall. Love it. I haven't really chance to play with it all that much, but we're going to try it out. Since we are a little bit more legendary sub-themed, we got some Orcus, Prince of the Undeath in the sideboard for a little bit of sweeper. Path of Peril for a little bit more sweepers. Obnixilis for a little bit of grindy matchup hate and control. Blot Out as a way to just exile a creature or planeswalker with the highest mana value. Ashiok for graveyard heat. Hearse for graveyard heat. Bankbuster as a way to, draw some extra cards in grindy matchups. Ray of Effeminate as a way to hit on some white creatures. And then some Duresses. Also, we can, since we do have a lot of removal, like Fatal Push, Bitter Triumph, Go for the Throat, we do actively want like more cards like Duress, Banky, and stuff like that, so we can bring them in and Ob to cut back on the Bitter Triumphs and Go for the Throats and the Fatal Pushes. So that is our deck. Let's see if this deck has what it takes. Let's get into it. Tap land, go. Let me guess, Thoughtseize. Duress for my Thoughtseize, sure. Play Vadmir, go. So if I play Carry Zev next turn, do you have a Fatal Push? Okay. That means I'm not getting any kind of fun at all, but that's okay. Tap land, go. That's fair. You Fatal Push it. Okay, Fatal Pushes are not working out right now. There you go. So we definitely want to just top deck something amazing here. Annex, that's a little bit of a problem. Play a Vial Smasher, say go. Alright, showed down with these Fatal Pushers, opponent. You already used 3 of them. Go. Alright, so we have 19 left. So we have a 39% chance of drawing another land. Hopefully we don't draw another one. Come on. Go. Yo, it's a combat. It hits me. So we go to 9. Please don't make me draw another land. Archfiend of the Dross. So it means you have lethal. I mean, that doesn't do anything. Because it doesn't allow me to get Revolt. Scoop it up. Cut Fatal Pushers, I'm not a fan. Play Banky. I could Blot Out, that's pretty fair as well. I think that's fine if it changes, run it like that. Alright, go. Hopefully I don't get land screwed, or flooded like last time. Thanks, Slasher, go. I could deal with a Harvester. Especially since he has all lands in hand. I mean, that's a lot of lands. He has Attack and Numa, which can be converted over, but... What you taking? Taking my... Okay. Garavik. Play Cruel Claw, go. I think I want to attack with Cruel Claw, sack it to the Ob. Assuming he just probably plays a land this turn and then plays a Harvester. Can't, unless somehow he top decks a Fatal Push. I don't see it. So first things first, attack. I think I get rid of the Bitter Triumph. I'm not really a fan of it right now. Sack the Cruel Claw. Make 2 Ob Nixiluses.
I'm gonna remake this town in my
Uptick. Then again, he might just make him discard lands.
Go ahead. Please.
He'd rather lose life than discard lands? It's pretty interesting of a line, I guess.
Your punishment is my entertainment.
So, he can definitely attack a Ob Nixilus. Sure, another Harvester. But I kind of hope he does, right? That's kind of like in my favor.
Your defiance is amusing.
So we play Vadmir. Sadly, we have no ways of committing crimes, though. Uptick.
My coin or
Minus.
Tribute is owed. My goons will make quick work of you.
Draw. There you go. So now he could definitely sack a Harvester to kill my Vadmir. But is that really worth it? Shieldred. Fair. Now, if he attacks out, what do we do? Does not attack. Uptick.
Pleasure doing business with you.
And uptick.
Go ahead. Plead for mercy.
Another Harvester. There you go. So, I think the Ob Nixiluses should hopefully outbalance the Shieldred that's draining us each turn. Kind of what we really needed from it anyways. So, they get a Slasher back. Can't really cast it, though. Kills my Tiny Bones. A land. Take some damage. Uptick.
Defy me, and you'll lose everything.
Uptick. I could shock myself here. Hive. Attack, trade with Harvester, get a
Carnage.
commit a crime, but that doesn't seem very worth it. There you go. I think at this point, I'd rather just take that 2 points of damage by just drawing a card. So there's a Slasher. That's not a problem. Kills there, huh? That's fair. I think I kind of want to just try to draw into... I guess I don't have a Fatal Push. Turns on a Vault. Shoves in there. Attempt to draw a card. Not what I'm looking for. Also not what I'm looking for. Block there. Take 2. Ping the face, I guess. Take some draining. Minus the Ob. Plus the Ob.
Now, runt. Your punishment is my entertainment.
Let's Thoughtseize. Okay, so that was strange. I definitely did that backwards. I definitely should have waited until Magda was down to be able to do that. So now, do I want to exchange a Bankbuster and a Devil for a Shieldred? I think I kind of do. Anoint. Group. See how you attack, I guess. Turns on a Mutavault. goes to combat. Gonna attack each one. So everything at this one, huh? That's fair. So we lose a Bank Buster and a Devil. We commit a crime. Get frisky. Beat the shield grid. Make it uptick. Ob.
Pleasure doing
Go.
business with you.
So we're kind of, I think we're getting there. Attacking. Do you have an annex? Nope. Scoops it up. Run it back. So just plays a land. We'll play a land too. Say go. So I think at this point I want a Badmir probably into a Magda and then Thoughtseize. I definitely don't think I want to use my Thoughtseize and not do crimes with it. Doesn't seem very good, especially since this deck is heavy amount of crimes. We play a land. Play a Magda. Torches, that's fair. Nazis. Take the annex. Go. Even though Fable's better, but he has two of them. So what's the point? Right? Why not play Fable there? Fatal push, that's fair. So play Vadmir, play Tiny Bones, say go. So most likely force the torch to come down on the Tiny Bones. Or he might just sack the Harvester, which probably is the better line anyways. But still, definitely could have been a torch. We play Karavik. And I'll go play the Cruel Claw, I guess. So next turn we'll start using Cruel Claw. The issue here is there's not really good exchanges. Say go. So he probably... Oh, still doesn't use the torch. I'm surprised. Like, I would have thought he would have used it right here. Okay, a Slasher. Attempt to kill the Harvester. Okay. So we get rid of the Fable, which is not a bad hit for us. Especially since it didn't cost us any card advantage. Just cost us 4 life, though. Attack for 6. I think that's fine, right? Because we kind of just want the Slasher. We tapped. So we can start getting aggressive with the Badmir. We do need to find another way of committing a crime, though. Maybe that... Why not attack? Because if we block with the Tiny Bones, that just doesn't seem very good. So if I attack with Vadmir, he's just going to block with Mutavault, probably. See how you block. I kind of have to just clean up the board from this reflection. I need to force the reflection off the board. So that sucks. So now he can start reflection copying the Slashers, which is the worst case scenario here. Actually, that's the best case scenario, I should say. Tiny Bones joins up. Targeting you, committing a crime. Problem, he just copies that. Is it worth it, though, actually? Do you show that, though? If I exchange my high for the little goblin shaman, I guess that's fair. Eat the annex. So you could copy either one of these two. Now he double blocks. Yeah, so we're doing, I figured the exchange was going to be between my hive and his 2/2. Another Fable. Classic. So do you copy the slasher and attack or no? No, just attacking. So we go to 12-6, I think. Karevik. Okay, good. We got a trigger here. So I have to hit the reflection in Kiki-Jiki. Go. We're at 4. Not a very high life total. But we did manage to kill the reflection. So he's probably going to attack out. We're going to have to block with the Karevik, since we can't really use it later. Right? Because of the fact that, well, we don't really have a great way of gaining life. And it costing 2 per cycle is pretty hard. We play Tiny Bones joins up. Which triggers there. We get 8. So we get to take out both threats. I'd rather do it that way than the other way, right? Because he would be attacking. He basically would force me to do it. The difference is he would... Yeah, it doesn't seem like a win situation for me. If I let him be the aggressor and attack with Slasher. So now he makes a copy of Slasher. Attacks. 2, 4. Okay, so now I'm even lower. I'm at 2 now. I can't draw another card. Okay. Land, scoop it up. 0-1. Let's get into the next. Wait, Tiny Bones. Go. Pathway. Vial Smasher. Opponent. Okay, resolves. Okay, pushes my Smasher. Take 1. Go. You got removal? Trainer. Okay, so this is the Drowning Lock. Alright, Tiny Bones. Go. Trying to think how I want to do this. I can't get through this Thunder Trap. Trainer. Alright, there goes our Hive. I mean, now you can kill my Magda with your Drowning Lock. That's fair. Hit ya. Alright. Be Thunder Trap. Whiff. They go. So, the Snot Seas will probably do this turn. Okay, so he's gonna make me discard my Thoughtseize. Which is pretty legitimate. Attack with Tiny Bones. They trade. Go. Maybe I should have just attacked with the Thunder Trap. It's basically free, because, I mean, he wouldn't let me connect it and then play the Thoughtseize, right? Non-land permanent, so I actually had no legit targets. So I'm not really sure why he actually cared. But this town ain't big enough, makes sense. Another Tiny Bones. Target you. Go. Narset. I mean, that's not very useful against me, is it? I mean, I don't have that much card advantage. But he did draw a removal spell. Alright, Thoughtseize. Nowhere to run, of course. There goes my threat. Take the get out, I guess. They go. I mean, that is... Technically, he could Nightmare, pick up Yorion, and that would be pretty fine. Now he just triple Nightmares. Drain me for 6. Alright, so Flint. You know, not a terrible option. Go. But then again, we just milled him a land, and we could have just milled him right into action. So I think we're just dead, right? He takes out... Yeah. So that's 1 point of damage. He blinks everything. Let's bring some obs. It might be a little weird, but I think it might be fine. And Banky. Bitter probably cut. Karizev cut. Cruel Claw. We're not like that. Alright, so we start off with Thoughtseize. See what's going on. Definitely take Talent. Say go. That's like his namesake card. So, our turn 2, I think, is Swamp. I don't really think I care about Fatal Pushing this Trainer. But it could be correct just to bait that removal spell right now. So, I kind of think that might be the right choice. This will definitely bait the Fatal Push. Which is exactly kind of what we want. Which means now he's going to play the Thunder Trap. Most likely, yeah. Which is reasonable. So that means we just kind of deplete his resources on board, which is kind of what he needs for this Yorion and his this town ain't big enough. So now we get to play a Laughing Jaffer now, which is kind of interesting. Which plays really well into our Bankbuster the turn after. So then we get to play it, activate it on his turn. I think we're kind of cool with that. Of course, he has to have a nowhere to run. So I think we played Bankbuster, say go. So now he definitely could Narset, but is that really worth it?
I know 88 ways
yeah, those digging. Another Narset, that's fair. Alright, so we go ahead and go drawing. Interesting. So now we go ahead and play a Vial. Play a Tiny Bones joins up, target you. Definitely could have argued I should play Tiny Bones joins up first. So I could have got the mill effect. And a little bit of a drain, but I don't think it's going to matter too much. So I think at this turn I definitely want to go ahead and fire up the Bankbuster and just straight up attack. Get him down. Actually, we could hit the Narset just to prevent card advantage. He's thinking pretty hard about this. Thoughtseize. Take the Narset. Through it. Get frisky. Hit the Narset. So we stop. Prevent you from getting a little bit more card advantage. At this point, we kind of just need to slow things down. Yeah, Thunder Trap Trainer, sure. I guess unless you find like this town ain't big enough. Fatal Push for the Vial. Fine. Picks up the Yorion instead. So we go with drawing. See what we find. Hit you for 3. Say go. So if he Yorion's, blinks, nowhere to run, plus Trainer, I guess that's fine, right? It kills our threat. And we're behind on board presence again. We can draw with Bankbuster, which is probably what we're going to have to do. Unless somehow we top deck something that uses up all 5 of our mana, which we have nothing in our deck like that. This town ain't big enough. That's a little bit of a nuisance. And of course, we find another land. More lands. I guess past the turn. That's a lot of lands in a deck that doesn't need this many. So we take beats. We go to 12. So we play a Bankbuster. Draw a card. Go crewing. Fatal push? Sure, you're gonna fatal push it? Honestly, I don't even know if it's worth it. I mean, I guess you'd rather just note this town ain't big enough. So we have 15 lands left. I wonder if I should be cutting some lands. Because this is kind of insane. We're drawing way too many lands overall. So I'm not sure if I want to go down that path or not. Because right now, it's definitely too much, right? But just our curve stops at 3. And now it's like we're about to lose this match because we're just finding nothing but lane. Go ahead and thought seize me and find out the truth. Because I am not finding anything. Yeah. It's pretty bad. Alright, thought seize. Take the stupid Yorion. At least you gave me something to punish them. I guess. So I go, I guess. Another Narset. So we take... Why didn't you just, I guess... Technically, I guess the Hive, we could turn our Hive on. I was like, why didn't you just attack with the Hive? Like, probably would have been very close to lethal here. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, this is bad. So bad. Why am I drawing nothing but lands? I mean, this is bad. Of course. Still got my Hive, like that's my blocker, but... Yeah, I have 11 lands between on the battlefield and in hand. And I've seen all my cards with both Bank Busters. That's just insane. Alright, he can't find the line. I'm gonna find the line for him. Alright, 0-2. Let's get into the next. Verge. Tiny boat. Let's go. So it looks like we might be facing Phoenix. If that's the case, I really don't like the Tiny Bones joins up. That's just going to make him pitch a Phoenix, which is just horrible for me. He just passed the turn, I guess. So plays a land and passes. Probably going to leave him a free the Fae. I mean, that is a land, I suppose. Attempt to attack you. Say go. Nothing, huh? And now we get the Laughing Jasper, I think. So that actually kind of is nice because we get to start exiling on top of the library. Hopefully hit a couple Phoenixes off of it and just kind of leave them there. It's kind of our plan now. But I might imp in a Cruel Claw first just to maybe bait a removal spell. Because let's be real here, I don't think he's definitely probably wants to hit this more than the Cruel Claw. But I could be wrong. So there's a Phoenix. So does that mean he wants to hit the Tiny Bones now? Looks like a Treasure Cruise inbound, yeah. Oh, he just eats the Phoenix. He doesn't even care. That's fair. You have more Phoenixes? Yes, he does. Go to combat. Hit ya. Aha, go Phoenix. So, I don't know how good this is going to be. Of course, he could just impulse this, cast 2 spells, and just ruin my entire day. But, you know, just having the feeling that, you know, I have an Arclight Phoenix makes me feel a little bit better inside. So I think I definitely want to go for the Throat, the Ledger Shredder. And once we top deck a land, I guess, that's untapped, we can't really do another spell besides Tiny Bones joins up, which I kind of think is just horrible. I mean, yeah, it does commit crimes, which is nice, but we could definitely take out the Shredder. Headshot. Can we cast the Shredder? Okay, go. I guess we just win with our board. That is a possibility for sure. There's a consider. So you might just trigger my our Shredder, which we could just pitch this. Yeah, we'll definitely pitch the Tiny Bones joins up. I'm not having that. And yeah, we'll just let him do his thing. I mean, he can cast one more spell, get back a 1 Phoenix. He has 2 in there. So I guess that's not too bad. I guess he should kill my Shredder, though. Or your own Shredder. Yeah, because he definitely needs to get them back. He probably can't attack with them, right? If he does, we just kind of turn on the Hive. And we just kind of eat one of them. If he does attack, yeah. So, our turn. Let's play Laughing Jasper Flint. Attempt to attack with a Phoenix. Maybe I should have argued against that one. Go. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Probably should have just attacked the Shredder. It's like a treasure cruise inbound. Let me go drawing. I definitely don't need a Verge. As much as I would like that counter, I just do not need more lands. That's just something is a little bit over the top. I did cut a land between the last match and this match. I just don't think there's a world, right, where I actively care. Kept getting flooded. We kept losing matches because of the flood. So for me, I just felt like I should probably cut one. So he gets back 2 Phoenixes. Isn't one in exile? Yeah, when it's in exile. A Proft. And that's fair. So we get to basically watch him get 2 Phoenixes back. And we've got to make sure we wait until after they come back. Pop them. Sadly, I guess I should probably attack with the Hive. Eat one of them. There, 6. There you go. Which is not a high life total, so I'm happy with that. You can get back at 1 Phoenix additionally, but these Hives maybe can get there. Fills up his yard, but again, we've seen all of his Phoenixes, so. So it's like tricky, right? If he doesn't attack, right? To leave 2 Phoenixes back to block the Hive, and that's fine, but that means he doesn't really get to apply pressure, and we just cast this Cruel Claw. But if he does not leave them back, and just attacks for 6, we probably attack back for 3, and 6, 3. Yeah, so that should be... Maybe maybe that's the deciding factor right there. If he gets back 1 Phoenix. Alright, so he has the torch, so I kind of just want to chill for a second. So I don't think I want to cast this Fatal Push, right? I don't want to Sprock the Shredder. Okay, he kills my threat. And an Artist Tower. That does not Sprock the Phoenix. I think he can use 2 more spells, right? Looks like a Treasure Cruise is inbound. Yeah. He has 10 cards left in the deck. Tap land. Get rid of the shredder. I'm gonna take 6. So, but I'm just dash. Okay. Ashiok. Purse. I guess Blowout is fine. What are we cutting? Tiny Bones joins up. Seems horrid. Right? Maybe a Bitter Triumph. I think that's it. I don't like that. Tiny Bones. Let's go. Next turn, I kind of just want to play Thoughtseize, try to get a Shredder in the yard. Or is there a 1-drop thing I could take from them? Okay, so go Thoughtseize. Get rid of the Shredder. Shove. Sego. So we just need to make sure he does not find a land. I guess the question here is, do I really bother even casting the Shredder? I kind of want to find an answer to this Crackling Drake, which is his better card in general. So maybe the argument is I just played Jasper. And then just attack. I mean, regrettably, you should be actually attacking first and then actually casting your spells. But so he mills some cards. Probably gets back at the Free the Fae. Or the Brazen Borrower, maybe? Could get back an Axe, too. I mean, either way. Axe seems more fine, I guess. You're just going to snipe my Laughing Jasper. Why can't he just ever stick around for a little bit? Why has everyone just got to hate on him so much? Shredder, then comes the Axe. Super Sash. I just want to be able to cast it and actually do something with it. But I guess I can't. Could be Cruel Claw. Attack. Trade. Sego. So even if he crackles here, I mean, I don't think that's very good, right? Why is it not telling me what it is? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 4, I think. So now if I have Vladimir, I definitely want some sort of removal spell. Or a hand disruption. Alright, that's not too bad. Yeah, you get the loot, but I also get to draw a card too. So, I'm not really upset with that. Like, overall, that's a fair exchange in my opinion. Go. That was a whiff and a half. All 4 lands. Pretty spicy. Pretty spicy stuff. What else do you have? Just casting a Prankster? That stops my Crow Call, I guess. So I guess we go drawing. Vial Smasher. Say go. So next turn we get to start the process, right? Vial Smasher is a way to actually start committing crimes for free. Quote unquote free. Just Magda. It's gonna do some work. So we might be getting this game. I don't know. I feel like we're ahead on 4 presents. But he also has a 4/6 Letter Shredder, which... And he has a Drake in the backup land. Yeah, attack for free. Makes sense. Should we commit a crime here? Draw a card. That's not too bad. You have a Spell Pierce? That would be pretty rough if they find a Spell Pierce here. get rid of the artist talent, I guess. Get some sprox. Go. I can technically cast these guys, I guess, to technically sprock the crime. But there's the crackles. So that is a very fast clock. We got no flyer, so impulse kills my little weasel. That's problematic. I don't think you care about this, right? I mean, Magda's so far away. Because I can only do it as a sorcery. I gotta sacrifice 3 treasures. And I don't have 3. Batmere is like 3 turns away from actually being able to turn on the lifelink, which is kind of relevant. That makes sense, right? Because you're attacking with just enough. You can't close the game out, so you want to make sure you hit just enough to where 1 crackles is lethal. Could have hit just with this smaller shredder, though. So we have to play the Vial Smasher, I think. But the problem is, what am I doing? Like, I got nothing. So, scoop it up. 0-3, I guess. Let's get into the wrap-up. So what do we learn this week about this deck overall? We went 0-3 with the deck. You might be wondering, like, okay, what happened? Definitely the meta has changed a lot since I last played this deck, right? So this deck was based off of original deck I played on my other channel way back during OTJ's new set drop. I wanted to try out the crime mechanic into Pioneer, and it has very similar bones, right? I didn't have 3 Tiny Bones. I thought maybe Tiny Bones would be really solid as an actual card, so I upped it from 1 to 3. I also added my Vadmirs from the previous version. But I also added this Cruel Claw, which I guess maybe that's not really where I want to be at all. But other than that, like for the most part, I kept this kind of the same. I added a Banky. I cut a land for the Banky because we just kept having too many games where we just got flooded and lost literally to the flood. I think both of my first 2 matches literally were decided on the back that I got flooded. And that's kind of insane. And it's a huge feel bad. The fact that we just keep top decking cards and everything was a land. So I cut back a land for a Bank Buster to kind of facilitate the card draw for the lands, while also, just kind of doing a little bit of extra stuff. You also could argue that maybe this, instead of a Bank Buster, it should be the vehicle. That could also be a possibility, Copter, because Copter also kind of facilitates card draw, while also being a reasonable aggressive threat. And it's easy to crew, so maybe that's actually a decent option. But overall, like that seemed to be the biggest thing I've noticed was like a lot of the things that I was doing back 6 months ago just aren't a thing right now. And definitely, I think Cruel Claw was a miss. I added it to the deck because it wasn't a thing back then. And then it's a mercenary. I was like, okay, maybe this is a card that I should try out in the deck now. I also forgot about the Verges. I added the Verges after match 2, but still. So that was my fault. The mana base, I mean, the sideboard, maybe I should have adjusted a little bit more. Like I said, Blot Out would have been left over from the Vampires meta, and that's my bad as well. Sorry about that. But yeah, so like I said, the deck actually was very iffy, right? Like the deck functions and tries to pilot like a aggressive deck while having a little bit of a mid-range backup plan. So maybe I need to adjust my deck to be a little bit more aggressive. I thought it was a nice little sub theme to have the Legendary Matter stuff in there with Tiny Bones joins up, getting the committing the crimes. Maybe also another argument you could do is maybe I should be cutting back on some lands and playing a little bit of Field of Ruins or something to also trigger crimes. That seemed to be a thing I couldn't get going as much as I liked, was the ability to commit enough crimes to get Vadmir big enough. And Vial Smasher just kind of died once I played it out there. So in that regard, it just kind of felt kind of sus, I guess. Because like I said, it just didn't live, right? I play it, they immediately Fatal Push it, or Torch the Tower it, and it just kind of just didn't do anything. Normally that's a very good card to facilitate crimes, because it just, every single time you cast a legendary creature, basically, or a outlaw, it just pings the opponent. Plus, tiny bones every time you cast a legendary creature. It pings the opponent, which commits crimes. And we weren't able to get that crime stuff going. So if you have any suggestions at all, let me know in the comment section below, because I would like to play this deck again in the future if we get another card that boosts up the ability to commit crimes on a day in, day out basis. Sounds wrong saying that because you don't really ever want to commit crimes. Don't do that. That's bad. But until next time, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Talk to you guys next time.